I like to take a private moment to discuss a personal matter that I'm a little worried about. I'm getting bitter. And I hadn't planned on that for another 15 years. I knew at kind of like 45, 48, I was going to be a handful. A la Paul Lynde throwing hookers out of the Chateau Marmont, you know. I knew it was going to be a little difficult. I knew Mama was going to need some Valium. But I thought, I'm still in the flush of life. I should be happy. I should be gay, if you will. And then the other night, I'm sitting at a party in Hollywood. A party in Hollywood. I'm talking about this guy that I know that's a movie actor. And this young man sitting next to me says, yeah, I should sleep with him. And I said, oh, do you know him? He said, no. But how's that going to happen? How does any of it happen? Am I right? And instead of just laughing at his childish bravura and cutting his steak for him to let him know that I thought he was a child, I got real pissy. I was like, he's a fucking movie star and you're a temp. How's that gonna happen? And he's like, well, I'm 24 and I don't mean to say it. Then don't! And he's like, why are you getting so upset? And I couldn't answer. I don't know. I couldn't answer it. So I went back to my home and I'm like, why am I getting so bitter so early? And I'll tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. Because I do not have ab privilege. I don't. It is a privilege that some of you, many of you, walk around the city just thinking, oh, there's a movie star. I bet I could get him in the sack. No! You can't! I'm flirting with some guy at an Annie Ann pretzel shop, hoping that I get a little more icing. And you sons of bitches are out there looking like, oh, Zachary Quinto's in town. Lucky us. And I see it all the time. And I do it myself. I was in North Carolina for Christmas. Don't ask about it. Very attractive young man messaged me on Tinder. I know, I delete them and restore them every 5 days as you all do yourselves. Tinder's supposed to be the dating one, but it's really just to do something with your fingers while you're on the toilet. And you're all like, it's true. Yeah. Grinders for when you're in a town you've never been to before. Scruffs when you're in your apartment and you're trying to see if that guy's still hanging around. And Tinder's for the toilet. So I go to this young man's house, because I think it's an hour free. I don't have to talk about why my life's going nowhere with my mother. I was like, I was on The Comeback. Did you see that? No, I don't watch that show. Yes. I know. It was fantastic. I go to this young man's house, and he freely admits he's not book smart. It's one of his openers. I hate to tell you I'm not book smart. Fine. I am, and it's gotten me here, so let's get... We go into his apartment. There's no furniture except a bed All right. And he said, I'm wearing a cardigan because a lady likes to travel. And he says, oh, you like cardigans? So do I. Can I show you my cardigans? Sure. We're going to have nothing else to talk about, so continue. So he literally takes one cardigan out at a time and shows me these cardigans. And he's like, well, this one I ruined because it's Marc Jacobs. Yeah, I know. It's Marc Jacobs and I put it in the dryer. Oh, so you're really stupid. Not only can you not read a good book, you can barely function in fucking life. Because I'm sitting across the room and I can see that's a dry clean only garment. Now it has a hole in it. No shit. Well, do you want to cuddle? Yes. Yes, let's do this. He puts full PJs on, full PJs. Like we're Lucy and Desi getting ready for bed. Hops in, turns off the light, and's like, good night. And I just start to laugh. And he's like, well, I don't really do anything on a first date. Oh, this was a date? You need to drive me home if you can work the pedals. And when I got home that night, I thought, if I had abs, I wouldn't have to put up with this bullshit. I wouldn't. And you're all like, oh no, it's different, it's hard, fuck you, it's hard. Fuck you, it's hard. I have started saying kind of casually that I wasted my youth. Nobody's arguing with me. Nobody's saying, oh no, girl, you're still young. You're like, really? Oh, that was a shame. I at least went to Limelight. Huh. Yeah. And then I get the pep talk from my friends who love me and care about me and say, oh, you need to find someone on your level. Who's on my level? And I don't mean that in an arrogant way, but what's a level? What is that? Does he have a job? I just got one. I don't know. I can tell you one thing about my level. It's got a doily under it. That's all I know. When people say that to me, well, Justin, darling, if you don't love yourself, how are you going to love anybody else? Let me tell you, I'm mildly amused with myself, and we get through the day just fucking fine. If I was just farting in the bathtub and biting the bubbles like all the rest of you, I'm very self-actualized. Are you? Into what? Turn into a unicorn. Let's see how far this can go. And I went home that night and I called a personal trainer. I did. Because he said, well, why do you want to get in shape? Spite. Is that not a reason people use? He's like, well, no. Don't you want to feel healthier? Don't you want to? No. Don't you want to like climb a mountain? No. I can tell you honestly, I've never seen a mountain and gone, I should be up there. Never once in my life. I never thought, God, if only. No. I don't care. I really thought this was going to ride out until about 50, and I was going to die a coke whore somewhere. I really thought that was going to be the end of it. And I'd be happy, and I'd spend a lot of money on hookers and blow, and wonderful. Write some plays, Tennessee Williams style, and choke on an Advil bottle. You know. Go out like the king. I don't want to be Betty White. And I say that with love. Poor Betty White. Your birthday comes along and there's a fucking flash mob. She's just like, Jesus Christ. Why are all these people? I'm 93 years old. I still have to go back and do Hot in Cleveland. Just leave me alone. I don't want that life. I like to bow out at around 65. You know why? Because I used to think that I would be some brave, kind of charismatic older gentleman in a muumuu, dropping wisdom and who knows what, petting a cat. Not even my own cat, just holding other people's, walking into homes. Hello. And then, in their kindness, my friend says, well, why don't you date like a chubby chaser? Maybe somebody, that's not a compliment, asshole. That's to say, oh, you should go find some guy that fetishizes your fat ass. No. And let me tell you, for some strange reason, because I'm not that fat. I mean, I know I'm gay obese. I get it. Half of you are like, I'm surprised they don't have to grease the doors to let that bitch in here. I get it. We all have dysmorphia. Welcome. But I get a lot of strange attention from gainers. Do you know what a gainer is? A gainer is a gentleman. It is fucking hot as balls in here, by the way. I'm dying, and I know you are, girl. Just saying, side note, very warm. Maybe I wouldn't be so warm if I wasn't so fat. Shut you. So gainers are people that get a sexual charge out of making people gain weight. And they like it. They like feeding you and like, oh yeah, eat that, piggy. And they don't lay it out on the first date. Oh no, they couldn't. But you always come back to the table and you thought, I just ordered one slice of pie and now there's two mushed together. Why is that? Because the son of a bitch across the table from you is gaslighting you into obesity. Want to be tricked. I'll eat another slice of pie. Just give me a fucking minute. Jesus. And I don't want to be I don't want to be fetishized for being fat. Because I'd like to get rid of it. I would. Not just out of spite, but because I would like to not be the funny eunuch at every party again. And if you've ever had weight on, and you know it's the truth, you walk in and everybody's like, oh, here's Chuckles. And at 11:30, when it's hand job hour, you're sitting in the corner passing out lube.